of his glory. This is Jesus, Emmanuel our Lord. He is with us. Give praise forevermore. We will adore him with heaven in our sight. Star of the morning, we are found in his shining light.
Oh, it's you, Supernovas. I hope you have a lovely week. My name is Grandpa Garforth, if you can remember me. I was here a few weeks ago on Supernovas, but now I'm back again. I will be leading Supernovas this week, and now let's go and see our memory verse challenge from last week. Can you remember it?
Memory verse challenge!
The woman said, I know that the Messiah will come. I am he, Jesus told her. And that's from John 4, verse 25 to 26.
The woman said, I know that Messiah will come. I am he, Jesus told her. John 4:25, verse 6. Another great verse from the Bible that we can remember. Pirate Lou loves to bring us different verses from the Bible for us to remember. Did you remember it? Last week's one? Messiah means the expected king or saviour. And who was that? Oh yes, Jesus. He said that it was Messiah. Let's go and play a game now. I wonder what we'll be doing.
Supernovas challenge!
So, welcome to the Supernovas challenge today. We are doing the park obstacle course and we're going to see who can do the route in the fastest time. So, to start our course today, we are doing a spin on the red roundabout, climbing up the hill, going down the steps or the slide that you can choose, down the other side, up and over the red tractor, round the furthest roundabout, back along over the wobbly bridge, the stepping stones, and running all the way to finish on the swing. Who is our first competitor? Isaac? Yeah. Okay, right. Do you want to start over by the roundabout then? Get set, go! That was 59.36 seconds. Next up, we have Mike and Joy. Team together. Okay, do you want to start over by the roundabout? On your marks. Get set. Go. That was 1 minute 15.72 seconds, which means Isaac was fastest! Woohoo! Victory swing!
Thanks for the game. I love playing games. When I was younger, I loved driving and playing this game called Mario Kart. Why don't you play this game at home? It'll be very fun. You could play it with your family and see who wins. It's time for some worship with Nay. So why don't we go and stand up and get ready and have some fun.
No matter what I'm gonna face tomorrow. I build my life on everything you say. I turn the light on, now I see forever. The path is clearer out in front of me. I put one foot in front of the other, keeping my eyes on you. My life following Jesus, I trust you, I trust you. As the world shakes and things break, you are my rock, my everything. As the world shakes and things break, you are my rock, my everything. As the world shakes and things break, you are my rock, my everything. As the world shakes and things break, you are my rock, my everything. No matter what I'm gonna face tomorrow. I build my life on everything you say. I turn the light on, now I see forever. The path is clearer out in front of me. I put one foot in front of the other, keeping my eyes on you. My life following Jesus, I trust you, I trust you. As the world shakes and things break, you are my rock, my everything. As the world shakes and things break, you are my rock, my everything. As the world shakes and things break, you are my rock, my everything. As the world shakes and things break, you are my rock, my everything. As the world shakes and the things break, as the world shakes and the things break, as the world shakes and things break, you are my rock, my everything. As the world shakes and things break, you are my rock, my everything. As the world shakes and things break, you are my rock, my everything. As the world shakes and things break, you are my rock, my everything. My God's the king of the giants. My God's the king of the lions. My God's the king of the creatures of the deep. My God's the king of me. Have you heard the story about my friend King Dave? Wouldn't let the giant stand in his way. He said, hand me that sling, 'cause he's not that tall. My God is bigger and I watch him fall. My God's the king of the giants. My God's the king of the lions. My God's the king of the creatures of the deep. My God's the king of me. Have you heard the one about this guy called Dan? Yes, he was a mighty holy praying man. They said throw him to the den of the scary beast, but God saved our hero from the lion's teeth. My God's the king of the giants. My God's the king of the lions. My God's the king of the creatures of the deep. My God's the king of me. This is more than history. He will do the same for me. Like Jonah ran the well at sea. When I'm lost and afraid, all alone in the dark, you're with me. Oh, you're with me. My God's the king of the giants. My God's the king of the lions. My God's the king of the creatures of the deep. My God's the king of me. My God's the king of the giants. My God's the king of the lions. My God's the king of the creatures of the deep. My God's the king of me. My God's the king of me.
Thanks, Nay. Great to worship. Oh, anyway, this is my granddaughter, Ruby. She is 2 years old. I love her. She is very cute. For the last few weeks, we have been learning about what God is like by looking at Jesus, his son. Last week, we learned about Jesus and that Jesus said, "I am the Messiah." I wonder at how else Jesus described himself. Let's find out what Jesus said.
Hey Supernovas, nice to see you all. I'm Mel.
And this is Libby and Layla. I'm Layla.
This is Layla, and we are from Havensight, and we're here today to carry on the I Am series where we're learning a bit more about Jesus and what Jesus is like. So I wonder how many of you know me, and have you ever tried to describe somebody? You know, it's pretty hard to describe someone. And I was thinking, if you don't know me, if I was going to try and describe myself to you so that you knew me, it would be quite hard. Yeah. I reckon these two, who spend all their time pretty much at home with me, might be able to give it a go. So if you had to just say what mummy's like, how would you describe me?
A helpful little mummy.
A helpful little mummy. Great. Layla, how would you describe me?
You are really kind.
Kind. Nice. Helpful little mummy. Kind, nice. Anything else you'd use to describe me so that people would know me? Caring.
Good at looking after.
Good at looking after.
And a brilliant cook.
A brilliant cook. Well, there we go.
Breakfast maker good.
A good breakfast maker, although I just tend to get cereals out of a box.
Yeah. No. Making porridge.
Making porridge. Well, do you feel like you know me really well now? You know, it's difficult to describe someone, and I think you guys did quite good. I like to think of myself as all those things: kind, caring, helpful, a good cook. But you know, Jesus tried to help us to understand what he was like by using lots of pictures, because it's easy to get a picture in your head that describes maybe a quality. And the picture that we're going to use today is from the book of John. And now, before Jesus said this I am statement, he'd just done two massive miracles. One of them was feeding the 5,000.
5,000
Well, it was 5,000 men plus the women and the children, so it would have been loads and loads of people. Then he walked on water.
Water.
So people were like, can you walk on water? No, I can't. I can't. And people were following him around because they were loving seeing all these amazing miracles that he could do. And in this passage, the people came up to him and they're like, what other miracles are you going to show us? And Jesus used this as the point when people were interested to try and describe to them what he is like. And he said this, let's read it together, girls. So it says, then Jesus declared, I am the bread of life. Whoever comes to me will never go hungry, and whoever believes in me will never be thirsty. Jesus described himself as bread. That's kind of strange, isn't it? You didn't describe Mummy as bread?
No, you're bread.
No, but Jesus described himself as bread. So what does that mean? Who gets hungry?
I know what it means.
What, do you get hungry?
Yes.
What do you like to eat when you're hungry?
Ice cream.
Bread. You like bread? You like ice cream? I don't know if ice cream sundae. We're always hungry, aren't we? We always want to eat food. I'd say at least 3 times a day.
I want chocolate.
You guys tell me that you're hungry. Do you think that's right?
No.
At least 3 times a day you tell me you're hungry.
5 times a day.
But
We don't do it 5 times a day.
Jesus described himself as the bread of life. Now that's kind of a weird one because not everybody maybe has good connotations for bread.
No.
Like, do you like the sandwiches that you get given in your packed lunch? Some kids maybe love them, other kids don't. I like to think of when Jesus describes himself as the bread of life. If you're hungry, bread's a good thing to eat because it really helps to... Bananas are good. They're another good thing. They fill you up. Bread is like those. It fills you up. I like to think of Jesus, the kind of bread I like to think of Jesus is like a crumpet. Or maybe a donut, or a hot cross bun, or a bagel. Those really yummy breads, freshly baked breads.
Do you like a donut?
But Jesus isn't going to fill us up with our physical hunger. Like, if you're a Christian, eating Jesus, I mean, that's kind of a weird thing in itself. It doesn't mean you're not going to be hungry anymore when you're a Christian. What Jesus means is that all of the things in the world that we can have in the world, like food, like toys, like holidays, like houses, those things are not going to satisfy us long term. We're always going to want more. But if we have Jesus in our lives, we will be satisfied in a way that nothing else in the world can ever satisfy us. It doesn't mean nothing. It doesn't mean you're not going to have the hunger grumps again.
No.
But it does mean that you will be able to live in a way... Yeah, and it means that you'll be able to live content in whatever situation you're in because Jesus satisfies in a way that nothing else does. It's a spiritual hunger. Say, spiritual hunger satisfied.
Spiritual hunger satisfied.
So, remember this. If you feel like you are struggling or you want someone to talk to or you're feeling sad or even if you're just bored, who can you always go to satisfy you?
Do you think you can always go to God?
I think you're right. Yeah, God,
You can always
Jesus.
go to God.
He will satisfy us. He's the one that's always there. And that spiritual hunger will be satisfied by him. So, Jesus is the bread of life. Doesn't mean he's a baguette, but it does mean that if we have him, we will be satisfied no matter what life throws our way. So, that's our little message for today. And I hope you can go away and maybe have something bread-like today. And as you
eat chocolate or ice cream sundae.
Okay, Layla's all about the chocolate and the ice cream sundae. But next time you're eating a sandwich, maybe pray and say, God, thank you for this bread that will fulfill my tummy hunger.
Or a banana.
But God, can you satisfy me? Can you satisfy my spiritual hunger and meet me in whatever situation that I'm in? And he will. And he will. You want to do a prayer?
No.
Okay.
Livy wants to do a prayer.
Do you want to do a prayer? She doesn't. She doesn't want to do a prayer. Shall I do a prayer?
Yeah.
Shall I do a prayer? Yeah. Close your eyes then. Dear God, thank you that you sent Jesus. And Jesus, I just thank you that you can satisfy us in a way that nothing else can. Thank you that you're always there for us. You always love us, and that you are our provider. You give us what we need so that we won't go hungry. Amen.
Dear God, thank you that you are always there for us at any time for us to pray to you. And thank you that you are the bread of life, and that we can be and talk to you about anything. Thank you that when we eat bread, we can remember you, and if you eat anything, we can remember you. Thank you that we can pray to you at any time. Amen.
Amen. Lovely. Are you going for one?
Dear
Great.
God, thank you for the bread that you made and the wine that you made. You are the best God in the world. Amen.
Amen. He's the only God in the world, Layla. He is the one and only. Remember that. Right. Thank you for listening. Bye-bye, Supernovas.
Bye. Yummy.
Oh, yum, 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 yum. Oh, she's going in for the chocolate.
Yeah.
Thanks, Mel, for the talk. Jesus said he was the bread of life because he came so that we would need nothing else. All we need to survive is him. He rose just like a loaf of bread, so that we don't have to rely on anything else but Jesus. Now, last week we had another contender in our Sweetie Challenge. I wonder who will be playing today and if they can get to the top of the leaderboard.
Last week on the Sweetie Challenge, it was the second half of the Bishop siblings as Ruth and Leah took to the Sweetie Challenge. They did a great job and managed to get 5 sweets all together. Who will take on the challenge this week, and will they be able to get to the top of the leaderboard? Let's find out.
My name is Zippy, and I'm going to do the Sweetie Challenge.
Okay, you ready, Zips?
Yes.
3, 2, 1, go. And stop! Right, let's count them. Wait. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We'll count the one that's dropped. 5! Woohoo!
Great challenge. Remember, if you want to know how many sweets you can fit on your face, then you can film it and send it into Supernovas. You have 30 seconds and to stick as many sweets as you can on your face. Try and record yourself and send it in to us. We would love to see it. Right, now, should we go and do a craft? Let's go and make our own loaf of bread. I wonder how you'll get on. Will it be nice or will it not be nice?
Hi Supernovas, today we're going to show you how to make some bread. So you need 500 grams of strong white bread flour. You need a teaspoon and half of salt, a teaspoon and half of sugar, and 7 grams of yeast. And you tip them in there for me, Alf.
Which one first?
Yeah, tip them all in, you mix them up for him. And all you need to do is mix everything together up in a nice big bowl. And then the next thing you need is 300 to 350 millilitres of warm water, which once everything's all mixed together, you add in and start making it stick together into a nice sticky dough. Right, so you keep mixing and mixing until you get a nice big lump of sticky dough. And the next bit is the fun part. Bit of extra flour, put some out on the side, spread it out, and you want to put your dough into the flour, and then just roll it in the flour, and it stops it getting all sticky on your hands. And then you want to really work it as hard as you can. And you keep doing this for about 10 minutes, and it makes all the bread nice and stretchy. Right, so you want to get a nice ball, and then put it in the middle of your bowl. Then put a tea towel over this and put it somewhere nice and warm for a whole hour, and it should puff up and more than double its size. Right, so we've let the bread prove for an hour, and it's puffed right up and doubled in size. So the next step is to flour your worktop again, and you want to flour a baking tray. You want to peel the bread carefully out of your bowl, and then you just want to knock it back a bit, it's called. So you just want to knead it again, but quite gently. Just push some of the air out. It feels all spongy now. And then you want to roll it, like tuck the edges under, to get it nice and smooth. And then you want to put that on your floured baking tray, and then you're going to cover it again, leave it somewhere nice and warm for another hour, and it will puff all up again. Right then guys, after an hour of your second proof, you should end up with a nice big tray full of bread. This will be your loaf. So it needs to go in an oven at 200 degrees for a non-fan oven, and 180 for a fan oven, for about 30-35 minutes. Once it's cooked, you should be able to pick it up and tap the bottom, and it should sound nice and hollow. So we'll do that next. Here we go. Still pretty hot. If you flip it over and tap the bottom, it should sound nice and hollow. You need an adult to help you with the oven stuff. It's hot. And then you go, a lovely fresh loaf.
It's so yummy, Dad.
Yeah, crunchy, fresh bread. Would you like some?
Banana.
Just do a little slither. It's still quite hot.
Can I have that little bit?
It smells lovely. Hope your bread goes well, Supernovas, and enjoy some lovely freshly baked bread. Bye! Say goodbye, Trim.
Bye!
Bye, Supernovas!
Wow, making bread looks like lots of fun. I might make some bread later on for my soup. I really like soup and bread. My favourite bread is hot cross buns. I love making them. I've never actually made them though. I like eating them, but I'm going to try and make them tonight. Let's go and pray to God. I think we should go and pray. It will be very nice.
And I will call upon your name and keep my eyes above the waves. When oceans rise, my soul rests in your embrace. For I am yours, and you are mine.
Amen. It's always good to talk to God about our lives. Sometimes we feel down in the dumps, but that's okay. We can talk to God and God will help you solve it. Right, it's time for our memory verse challenge. Let's see if you can remember it for next week.
Memory verse challenge.
Morning, boys and girls, it's Pirate Lou back again. Now, today, in my treasure chest, shall we see what I can find? Let's have a look. Well, that's a bit strange. I've got a loaf of bread. What? Why is there a loaf of bread in the treasure chest, boys and girls? That's very, very odd. I wonder whether this will clear things up a little bit. Let's have a look and see if we can understand why on earth there's a loaf of bread as our treasure this week. Oh, this looks exciting. It says, I am the bread, there's the bread, of life. He who comes to me will never go hungry, and he who believes in me will never go thirsty. And that's from John 6 verse 35. So, we have to do I am, like we do all the time. Ready? I am. You say it. Very good. I am the bread of life. So, I am the bread of life. He who comes to me will never go hungry, and he who believes in me will never go thirsty. That's a pretty cool promise, isn't it? I like this one. I am the bread of life. And who is it that's saying this? Not your mum. Who's saying this? Jesus, exactly. Jesus says he is the bread of life. Hope you can learn this one this week. I will check in with you again. Bye.
I am the bread of life. He who comes to me will never go hungry, and he who believes in me will never be thirsty. John 6:35. What a great verse to remember. This memory verse is true for anyone. If anyone comes to Jesus, he will never go hungry, and anyone who believes in God will never be thirsty. That's pretty cool, don't you think? So, whatever we can always come to God and know that he will give us all we need. So, try and remember this verse this week, and maybe we could share the good news with others that you meet. Remember that anyone can come to God. Sadly, it's the end of Supernovas. We hope you enjoyed it, and we look forward to seeing you again next week. Have a great rest of the day, and we'll see you very soon. Bye! See you soon!
Boo gaga. Hiya.
Oh, anyway, this is my granddaughter, Ruby. She is 2 years old. I love her. She is very cute. Why don't you come and have a look?
Oh, that's my little granddaughter. You're really cute, aren't you? I love you, little granddaughter.
Goo goo gaga.
Hey Supernovas, we love you. You're fab.